Hi everybody, my name is Lisa Winfield. I'm a high performance coach, and today I want to talk about how to speak up for yourself in an effective way. And so let me ask you, have you had this lately or, well, at some point in your life that something really bothered you and you chose not to say anything? You chose to stay quiet. I'm sure that happened to you at least at one point. For some people, it happens all the time. I know it does happen for me as well. And so I wanted to share 3 strategies today that are really effective and that will help you to speak up, and also how to speak up in a way that it doesn't create any big dramas or fights that you then drag with you for the next weeks. So, why is this so important? So it does come up quite a bit in coaching sessions. I noticed, especially with women, that we often keep in, certain things that bother us to perhaps not to ruin a relationship or not to have a fight or just be nice. I don't know. Everybody has their own reason. But the problem is that when we are choosing not to share what is on our mind, then we give our subconscious the message that speaking up, speaking our truth is sort of we're not worth it. We want to just keep it in, keep it quiet, and it decreases our confidence because we're telling the subconscious it's not worth to speak up. We're not worthy of having a voice. So as a result, then next time it's even less likely we speak up. So it can often become a pattern that we just don't speak up. And then as it happens, one day we explode and we can really sabotage the relationship by the other person not knowing anything, seeing us one day, the crazy you unleashes, and they have no idea where that came from. And it can actually really destroy or harm relationships. So we want to avoid that. And also just keeping it in for a long time, it just has a bad energy that is not healthy. So I want to share 3 strategies that really are going to help you to share whatever is on your mind effectively without destroying relationships and by kind of having a win-win situation. So number 1 is really about first building rapport. I don't know if you're familiar with building rapport. It's basically about kind of warming somebody up, speaking in their language. Maybe you ask a couple questions, how they're doing, how is their dog, how was their vacation, kind of getting in tune with their energy. If they're, speaking very fast, you speak fast, and just really warming the relationship up. So you definitely don't want to just bring that up over a text message. So in person, building rapport first. Because over text, I think most of us did that, right? When we were maybe 16 years old, but it really doesn't help. It's not good for your mental health. It's not good for, you can't really solve anything over a text message by really having that connection. So in person, building rapport first. And then number 2, which is really important, make sure before you bring up any topic that bothers you, you're first in a good emotional state. I'll say it again, in a stable emotional state. So not really angry, not sad, not hysteric, not overly emotional. Why is that important? Because when we have very intense emotions, unless it's love, we're not influential, right? Crazy emotions go up, influence goes down. So I'm sure you know from maybe with a friend or your partner, you have yelled at them and they just ignored your requests. Well, that's exactly what this is about. So get in a good emotional state. And, so it doesn't mean you always have to bring it up right away, because sometimes you're so emotional that is not a good time. So first you can, step away. Maybe you have to do a little meditation, go for a walk, do a breathing exercise, dance to a YouTube video, whatever you need to do. First, you have to get stable, and then you can bring it up. Okay? So building rapport, being in a good emotional state, also making sure the other person is in a good emotional state, right? If they just had a mental breakdown, it's not the right moment to bring up a topic that's on your mind. If they came home and had a really bad day and want to talk about their boss, it's not the right time to discuss a relationship topic, because they're already in a shitty mood. You don't want to come in with another problem, right? So sense when is the right time. I do this a lot with my husband when we're on our monthly relationship walk and we talk about a relationship, and then we're really like open to listen versus in the middle of the day. So it's about the timing. I find that is very important. So number 3, this is really where the message sharing comes in. So I have a 3-step strategy I use. It's from Dale Carnegie, but I call it, I have like my own 3 words I can remember: fact, feel, future. So you want to share the facts first. So this happened, completely objective, no emotions, and not your perspective, but what actually happened, right? Then number 2 is to share how that made you feel. And nobody can argue with that. But, keep it light. Don't make it too dramatic. Just keep it light. And number 3 is how you want it to be in the future, and then give them a benefit too. Otherwise, it's a one-way request, right? So as an example, let's say your friend always came late for lunch and you're really getting annoyed. Instead of bringing it up or sending an angry text message, you can, wait until you have another good conversation. Maybe you do meet over lunch and say, hey, I noticed, Joanna, that, you've been 30 minutes late for our last 3 lunches. I'm really relaxed with things like that, but the problem is my job is pretty busy these days. And over lunch, it just really stresses me out because I have so much work to do. So could you please show up at our decided time, maybe even 5 minutes earlier, so we can continue having these amazing lunches, because I love that we can connect during the day and share with you, and I would love to continue to be able to do that. Would that be okay with you? And they will get the message. Just keep it light, keep it cool, and share what's on your heart, but it's really about how you share it, right? You're not saying that there've been any other judgmental messages. It's just really facts, how it makes you feel, and then how you want it to be in the future with a good benefit. Okay, I hope this was helpful. So let's review the whole thing. So building rapport, making sure you're not just bringing it out of nowhere, being in a good conversation, warm them up, make sure it's the right time, then getting yourself into the right emotional state. Remember, if you're furious or angry or super sad or emotional, not the right time. Take care of yourself first, then you bring it up so you can have influence. And then sharing the message, really stating the facts, what happened, how it makes you feel, and also how you want it to be in the future with a benefit for them as well. And keeping the whole thing pretty light, because let's be honest, most things that we talk about it's not about life or death. And we make it so dramatic that the energy you bring to it, remember we talked about this, you can change anything by changing the energy you bring to it. So if we bring a dramatic energy, it will be a drama. If you just say it as a casual side note or as a casual thing that is important to you, make sure they do get the message, then it will have a very different conversation, can be much easier and can feel better for the other person as well. Okay, awesome. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll be back with another video every other Wednesday. So in 2 weeks, always around that time. And I hope that you can implement this today, see what resonates here the most, start with one piece and then add a couple others. And if you want to follow me, I'm at Lisa Winfield on all the social medias. And I'll see you again soon. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.